Hello, and welcome to Rauta. Today we have a new band from Germany. It is called The Spirit, and this is their first album called Sounds from the Vortex. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Ooh. So what we have here is a very new band, uh, founded in 2015 around, and thus this being their first album. Now, usually I have very low expectations when it's a debut album, especially if the album looks bad, the name of the band isn't really convincing or anything that sort. So this kind of album has all the ingredients to be just another mess. But here it goes. Sounds from the Vortex. I don't know about you guys, but to me this looks like a just another fantasy role-playing game with really crappy story and ideas that are not gonna take you far. In the background, we see these guys in a cave or something, which is very mysterious. Inside, once again, we have some very minimalistic style here when it comes to lyrics, as well as the band members. It is pretty okay design in my opinion for those that actually bother opening these kind of booklets. So lyrics and images, lyrics and images. And at least you can get a view of what this band looks like. Inside, more geometric shapes, and on the background we have more the same. So to me the Spirit looks like it isn't creating anything fancy with it design. It's not really taking me on a fantastic journey, but then it comes the CD in the player, and after a couple of minutes I'm like, okay, this sounds actually good. And the more you go, you give a listen, the farther you go, you start finding that this is actually a really good album. Because the thing is, The Spirit might be the most unimaginative name on the planet, but these guys are clearly very well aware how good melodic riffs they make, and they have very clear vision about what kind of black metal they are playing. So this is actually a really good thing. Now if you think of bands such as Dissection from Sweden and maybe Dawn from Sweden, you might have a pretty accurate clue what this CD is all about. Yes, it has a lot of melodies, it's more fast tempo than slow, and it's kind of creating that really sinister, that kind of like ominous atmosphere that something shitty or dark is about to happen. It's actually like the type of feeling, when it's autumn and it's raining and it's thunder and lightning and suddenly your electricity just goes off. Maybe not that horror movie type of thing, but kind of a mysterious and exciting feeling. Having those sinister melodies that take you on a tour to the darkness within or whatever. The thing is that while there are a lot of millions of melodic metal bands creating lots of melodic music and all kind of riffs from happy stuff to the dark stuff, most of them are not good. And it's not because I hate melodies, because I don't. I just love them when they are good. I just think that too many of those bands are not creating proper melodies. They're not creating good melodies. They're just, okay, this is pretty okay, but it's not awesome. And very few bands are able to make those awesome riffs. Spirit is not one of them maybe, but it's definitely creating a really whole, really solid, good atmosphere with those riffs. So it's very Swedish, but at the same time it's also kind of a German, which I guess isn't a surprise considering where the band is from. But it also lacks the bad elements that so many German melodic bands have. And by this I mean those, yeah, we just play that happy Viking stuff with folk elements and all that stuff. Let's grab our, wooden or plastic Viking swords and put our horn helmets on and let's start drinking booze. Because that is like a shortcut to failure. Spirit is still having that really strong 90s Nordic black metal thing with their melodic riffs. And they are not as happy or light as, the Gothenburg style, which inflames Dark Tranquility and other bands, basically made back in the mid or early 90s. The Spirit is still definitely more on the black metal side. And to me, definitely brings those memories from, even first Dissection album. And then again, also Dawn's great riffing and the, whole feeling around those riffs and songs. Everything on this album is basically well made. Even though it certainly lacks the, genius of John Nödtveit, of, Storm of the Lightsbane and Dissection in general, you have to remember that this is their first album, and it's not like these guys recorded tons of demos or EPs, or at least they are not released, publicly. So the thing is that these guys are already so great, and they have done a wonderful job with this album, even though they're just basically starting their career as a black metal band. So what can I say? This is a really good one and I really like it, and I think it's one of the better black metal albums this year. I'm pretty convinced it won't, be in my top 5 of all albums this year, but nevertheless it's still one of those releases that I was really happy to find and give a proper listening time. So if you are into melodic black metal, definitely check out Sounds from the Vortex. That's all from Rauta this time. Thank you for watching, and please comment, like or dislike or whatever. React, celebrate, listen to music and all that. Thank you for watching and good night.